Is detailing a scam?
or is it a real skill?
Let's get right into it. Welcome to our channel. So a little bit of what we do here is Tuesdays we're gonna post like somewhat of a podcast where we talk about business related topics, not necessarily just auto detailing, but that's mainly what we do. So anything like that, if you guys want to comment down for next Tuesday what we're gonna talk about, you can do that.
And Thursdays we're gonna be posting about our journey, how we started, and how we're going along the way.
All right. So today's topic is gonna be is detailing a scam. So lately we see a lot on Instagram comments. Instagram comments be going crazy sometimes. Like there, obviously, there's always gonna be haters, no matter what you do, no matter what you post. If that's the internet, so that's the number one thing. Everybody knows, everybody understands. But I think to some degree, there are definitely some things you gotta pay attention to. And I come across a lot of these comments where they're talking about how one detailing is it's too overpriced for certain things and that it's not a real skill. Now, I think those two are very important to clear up and misconceptions. You could you do. And there are definitely a lot of misconceptions that we need to address. So we're gonna talk about those right now. If we do miss anything or any other stuff that you guys want to talk about or that you guys like agree or disagree with, comment down below. So I think the best way we could kind of explain a lot of what detailing is splitting this into two point of views because there's the customer side and then there's the detailer side. So for me, let's say I'm a customer and as a customer, you have to first understand what you want and need. So what kind of car do you have? How often do you use it? How do you use it? You know, what's your budget? All those things come into consideration when you're talking detailing. You can't just say, "Oh, I'm gonna go get a detail," and sometimes you might not even have as bad as other people. Like have pets, they have kids, they eat in the car. It's a minivan. It's 2010, so like the carpeting, and then depends what kind of carpeting it is, because there are some carpets that are like terrible. So if we're talking that versus your newer car, it's just you who goes there. You rarely eat. No dogs, no pets, no kids. I mean, unless you consider your kids your pets. But anyway, um, so a lot of these things gonna take an effect on your decision. So let's put a situation where I have a minivan. I have three kids. They're all young, and I have, or let's say that one of them plays sports and the other two are young. And then let's say that I have to take them to the games. Let's say I have a dog and a cat, and let's say they shed a lot. And then let's say that I'm also on the road a lot, so I'm eating in there a lot, and it's a 2010 car. And let's say it's a 2010, what are they called? RAV4. Because Toyota carpets are mainly what I see online that people say that are like the worst carpets. So I'm the customer. I'm bringing you a 2010 Rav4, and I haven't cleaned it since the day I bought it, since 2010. Are you gonna take that job? How much are you gonna charge for that?
Well, I will take the job probably, but I would charge a good amount of for the description that he literally just gave. You do the car for 150. It's too low. It's too low. They're bringing you a lot of dirt. They're bringing you a lot of pet hair. They're bringing a lot of a big mess to you, and so you literally have to consider your work like one of the best if you are one of the best detailers, and so they have to pay you a good amount for you to get the work done.
And then two, also it's like, what are you in a shop or are you mobile?
Mm-hmm.
And so then am I bringing it to you or are you coming to me?
Mm-hmm.
And another thing is, do I need to give you my electricity and my water, or do you bring that? And is your water filtered? Now, obviously, I'm just talking interior. So if we talking exterior, things go into it. We can go into it even more with pricing. Because let's say that car is a black car, and let's say I take it to the car wash every single week, and since 2010, you can just imagine the swirls on that car. And let's say I want him to leave it literally brand new again because I want to resell it. Okay, let's say a Mini Coupe, kind of like the red one that's behind him over there. So let's say I'm bringing something like that. It's 2022, and only I go in there. I have no pets, no kids, and I don't like eating in there. So now I'm bringing that into you, and let's say that the other customer is the first one, right? And they're both of them are coming to you now. Are you gonna charge them the same thing?
I would say a little less. He's not bringing me a big mess. He's not bringing me a dirty ass car, and so it's gonna be around $200 just to do the interior. Between the Rav4 that's really dirty, it's gonna be like a $400 detail.
Yeah, and then also it depends where you're located. So again, whether you're mobile or shop, that's already going to be a big difference. And then where you're located, that's going to be another big difference. So as you can see, we can get into it right away with a lot of different things. We now, as us as detailers ourselves, both what we know and understand is that people have a lot of different things like that. They come in with different cars, different stories behind all that mess that they have, if they even have a mess. And some people just don't have time to clean their car, even if it needs just a quick vacuum. So that's why we offer like quick services where we can do it quick. If they're near the area and we can do it and it profits us, then we'll take it, right? But other detailers only do like the full thing. So the very first detail they get, it has to be the full thing, or you can't get anything because that's just their strategy. So you can't go to a detailer and say I want the full detail because they might call it an express detail, or they have packages where they might call it a premium package or something. So every detailer is different. So when you go as a customer, you gotta know what you need, what you want first. If your car's not that dirty, consider doing it yourself because you are gonna spend like over $100 if you're gonna get it at least. And as a detailer, the bare minimum, whether it's not that dirty or it's super dirty, you're bringing it to a brand new finish. That's the bottom line. As a detailer, if your detailer is not bringing it to a brand new finish, they're doing a bad job. That's not a detailer. So again, so how long does it take for a really dirty car to get to that result versus a not so dirty car to get to that result? That's why the price difference changes. And that's a no-brainer, but for some reason I guess people don't understand that, and other people are used to doing cars that are not that dirty. So to them they're like, why am I going to do $400 for a detail?
That
Well,
I
if
can
you
do quick. Yeah.
exactly, and when you've spent that time and if you're a mobile detailer in the sun with no water, you got to take bathroom breaks or anything, but you can't, then you start understanding kind of why the pricing starts changing and all the work you have to put into it. You're sweating.
Sometimes there's even like inches of blood,
There's what?
inches of blood, cuts,
Yeah,
little cuts.
cuts, because you gotta be reaching everywhere. Like there's a lot of different things, or if there's not a lot of space. So many factors that can play into it. We can go into it literally all day. But bottom line, your detailer needs to be leaving your car and at the bottom line, brand new. And as a detailer yourself, that's what you should be aiming for. That's the bottom line. Customer wise, just understand what you need, understand what you really can afford, understand your budget. Once you get that locked in, go to the detailer and ask them questions that fit your needs. If they don't, go to the next detailer. But try to find them. Don't try to work it out completely with a detailer or try to just shame them for something because their strategy might be different than another detailer that might have what you need. So that's kind of what I think detailing is. It's another thing which people are like say like 500 for a ceramic coating is like top line. That's there's you shouldn't be charging more. You shouldn't be taking that long. It should take you like 4 hours, 5 hours max. And then let's say there's other detailers that might charge 2,000 for a ceramic coating and they take like all day. So with that, like what do you think? Do you think where's the line with that? With all that?
So with the 2001, um, obviously he's gonna be taking a lot more time. He's gonna be checking every little thing. That's why he's pricing it really high. So for the $500 one, it's probably gonna be a lot quicker, but it's not gonna be as well done.
He a little confused, but he got the spirit.
I mean, ceramic coatings are not something that anybody can just do and go and do it. If it's a spray one, I mean, yeah, you just gotta spray and wipe. But when it comes to real coatings, you're talking, decontamination, clay barring, polishing, you know, and what kind of polishing are you doing? How deep, are you really going through that clear coat? Are you going too deep? Has that car been polished before? What color paint does it have? Because that's gonna it's gonna get more complicated. If you polish a black car, it's gonna be harder and easier because harder you're gonna see a lot more scratches, but it's easier because you're gonna see more scratches, so you know where you're going. With a white paint car, you don't really see the scratches as much, so that might seem easier for you. But also, there are gonna be a lot of scratches there that you're not gonna catch, and you're not gonna get the best results. That's where we can say detailing does require some sort of skill, because then that's another thing where they talk about get it. It's not a real skill. So you're telling me that anybody can just go out right now and go do a trashed car and leave it literally looking brand new, inside and out with a coating on it? Can anybody just do that? I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
We don't think
Especially,
so.
yeah, when we started, like we couldn't do all of that. There was tiny things that we missed here and there. Obviously, anybody can clean a car, but can you detail a car? Can you make it look brand new? Because business wise, detailing means that you're enhancing the car by a lot, right? Inside and out.
Doesn't even look like it was used.
Exactly. And if you can't do that, with especially with the tools you might have at home, you probably don't have an extractor just laying around or a steamer just laying around. And if you do, are you gonna use it properly or are you gonna burn through stuff? So, like I would say to a certain point, yes, it is a skill. I think cleaning a car in general is not necessarily a skill. I think that's just something you do, but you can make it a skill when you get fast, when you get good at it. That's
And
definitely a skill.
and the practice. It takes a lot of practice to get detailing done.
Yeah, because not everybody has like a detailer's eye. Not everybody can just this detail oriented. Some people you have to learn kind of to be that way and not overlook spots, or the opposite, overlook them. Or
Just let
look into
them.
them too much. I mean, because sometimes you might spend like so much time and that's not even a stain or anything. That's just damaged, and you're just damaging it more. So that's another dangerous thing. Understanding what kind of dilutions you're gonna need to use. Understand the chemicals too. You start getting into chemicals, and then on top of that, if you're doing it as a side hustle, I think it's a little bit easier because you can kind of say like, you know what, I'm only gonna do it to a certain extent, and by tomorrow I can just say I'm not doing it anymore. Business wise, it's different because you have all this equipment, all these, tools, chemicals. You have marketing, you have all your social media pages, you have a website you have to keep up with. So now you're not just talking detailing, now you're talking business, you're talking business strategies, you're talking marketing, you're talking, if you have other people with you, how you're gonna deal with that. So I think we can go on and on about this, but what I really want to know is what other people think about detailing. Whether one, it's a skill. We both say it's a skill, and then second is the pricing wise. Like, can it really be overpriced? And like I said, to us, I just think where you're at and what you're doing
And your skills.
and your skills are gonna take are gonna you're gonna have to consider that.
Those are going to be a big part of the price.
But 100% you can draw the line and say 5,000 for a detail. Obviously not. 3,000, most likely not. 2,000, okay, what are you doing? 1,000, oh, you're probably getting like a good amount done. 200, you're probably doing some basic stuff. And then you're doing 100, your car's not even that dirty, or you're getting like a great deal from a beginner. If you tell a detailer those kind of prices, that's kind of what kind of goes through our heads, at least for us, especially being mobile. But as a detailer, what do you guys think? And as a customer, when you get your car detailed or when you think of detailing after watching this, what are your thoughts? And also, let us know for next Tuesday. What do you guys want us to talk about? Any other business related things that you want like a second opinion with, especially with us having experience with that already. And then Thursdays, like he said, we're gonna be posting about our business. Yeah, I mean, we're new to this a lot, YouTube and stuff. We're not used to any of this,
Yeah.
but
We're
we
not
can.
content creators.
Yeah, we're just not, but we're just trying our best out here. So if you guys have tips for us as well when it comes to YouTube and stuff, let us know.
You're like,
But yeah,
tall guy, you gotta shut up.
let's get entertained in the comments, boys. We'll see you next time.